Welcome guys, my name's Bryce and you're back with Life Being Free Ministries. Thanks for joining me. And in this video, as you can tell from the title, I am going through a prophecy that maybe not many of you are aware of, and that is the city or the nation of Edom, which is based in the Old Testament of the Bible. So when I first studied this, my mind was blown. So just put it into context, Jeremiah was written around the 600 BC mark, I think it was, and this prophecy came to fulfillment around the 1200 BC, so 600 years difference. If you can see in the screen that you're looking at, here's a geography map of what the nations used to look like. And you've got the kingdom of Edom there, and then you've got Petra, which was the main city that all the trade went through. So we'll go in the scriptures in a minute, but if you guys are not familiar what the city of Petra looked like, this is this very famous city here. And if you've ever looked at an Instagram travel page or something like that, all these influencers, they typically do all these nice photos outside of this location, but a lot of people are not aware of the prophecy that is behind this particular it was a nation and this particular city as well. So first scripture I want to go into, just for some context to start, some history behind the nation of Edom. So this is Genesis 25:30, and Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, and I will pray thee with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. So this was back in the day of the Isaac and Rebekah, and they had two sons, Jacob and Esau. So Esau was then, his name was changed to Edom. There's another scripture in Genesis 36:8, and thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir, which is what it used to be called, and Seir is Edom. So just want to clarify that's where the connection is. So God actually divided up the land between Jacob's nation and then Esau's nation, which was then called the Edomites. Excuse me if I'm not saying that correctly. I do struggle with some of the Old Testament names. So the Edomites lived in Edom, and this is the scripture that has the prophecy fulfilled. So we'll start from, we'll go 16 to 18. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and thy pride of thy heart, O thou that dwell in the clefts of the rocks, that hold the height of the hill, thou shouldest make the nest as high as the eagle, and I will bring down thee from hence, said the Lord. So a lot of the Edomites were doing a lot of pagan, heathen rituals. So I just want to jump back here. They were known to doing human sacrifices to their sun god, and just highlighting thy terribleness has deceived thee. So God was not very happy that this was going on. Let's continue. And also obviously pride, right? Pride was another big one. Also Edom shall be desolate, every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. So like I touched on the start, it was actually a very bustling city, and it was a major trade route that a lot of visitors would go to buy goods and do business, and it was a very thriving city. But God is already prophesying here that that's not going to be the case in the future. Verse 18, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbour cities thereof, said the Lord, no man shall abide thee, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So yeah, that nation doesn't even exist anymore, and Petra, that city, no one even lives there as well. You can also jump into this book here. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Is it Obada? And this goes into more of a breakdown of what the reasons why God destroyed Edom. So touched on before in verse 3, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou hast dwelled in the clefts of the rock, whose inhabitant is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So very similar to what Jeremiah was saying as well. And scroll down here. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end of that every one of the mount of Israel may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So there's a bit of backstory in there where the Israelites got attacked by the Babylonians, I think it was. I'll just get my notes up. Yeah, so it's due to the Edom's sins because Judea got raided by the Babylonians, like I mentioned, and what Edom did, they also attacked straight after as well, while they were at their weakest. So God was not very happy of their opportunist mentality, I guess you could call it. So it's that's led to their demise, unfortunately. So here's some more interesting photos here. Gate to the city. Thought safe, only 3 horses get through. And here's a famous city here. Trade route changed, so all people left, no man dwell there. So yeah, fascinating prophecy that God has fulfilled, and interesting that it was done. It was said 600 years before that even happened. So very, very interesting. So if you guys are interested in more study on this topic, I found this interesting article here. I'll link it in the comments section if you did want to dive in a bit more of the history here. But yeah, kind of it's a bit blurry because of my screen. But yeah, I'll drop this into the chat. But yeah, very interesting topic, and not many people talk about this prophecy. But it was one of the first things I studied when I was trying to get my grasp around the Bible and if it's trustworthy or not. And yeah, I just pray that you guys will bless from this topic, and yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed more of this content, and I will continue to do more series on this topic and the importance of building up your trust in the Bible. Appreciate you guys' time, and God bless.